In the heart of the beautiful city of Owerri, beyond the busy, bustling streets, lies a hidden community, the street kids. These people are more than mere statistics. They are living among us, experiencing harsh realities of modern city life. These resilient souls, who the streets have become their home, take refuge in the shadows of high rises, dumps, and under the bridges.
I would say that the issue of street children in Imo State is actually a growing concern.
Only the man that does not come out of his house, which he has not been harassed by the sudden pulling on your clothes by a child of 6 years. You know, and then unless you've not been to, like in Owerri, you've not been to Imsu roundabout area or Aladi or what's it called, Mbari Street area or Kilimanjaro area. If you've been to those places, you know firsthand that there is a problem brewing.
Some of these children you see on the streets, they are there because they lack proper parental guidance and upbringing, and they have to do menial jobs to cater for themselves. But then we need to actually do something about it, because there are some criminal elements that are trying to take advantage of some of these children to lure them into criminal acts. So there is need for the government to actually monitor the children that are roaming around the streets and set up proper rehabilitation plans for them. And I believe that the Imo State government is already doing something about it.
Every day in the city of Owerri, these children disappear into shadows. But to where? They are there, but unseen. In our faces, they are invisible, driven by poverty, abuse, neglect. They navigate a world of constant danger and uncertainty, struggling to survive in the margins of society, begging and scavenging. They are a new generation that grow on the streets, facing challenges most people would find unimaginable. They have learned to survive on whatever they meet on the streets on a daily basis.
The average street child is a product of serious trauma, because when you expose children, when children live in the street, what they experience cannot be overemphasized. Cannot be easily narrated. They experience issues like ranging from sexual abuse. Of course, they experience gross abject poverty.
This is the popular Oji flyover. The street kids used to be here. They sleep here, they hang around here. But we got information, to our astonishment that they were no longer here. So there are different, narratives, to that effect. Some said they were sent out by security agents. Others said some unknown men came all of a sudden and sent them out of this place. So as you can see, they are no longer here. There's no trace of them here again, as used to be the case. This is Area B, New Owerri. This is the busiest part of New Owerri. So this place is known for a very vibrant nightlife. This is where we have traced the street kids to. In the middle of the road where I am standing is where they spend the night. If you come here in the night, you see them lying down here. They spend the night here. Then as day breaks, they go out in search of their daily means of livelihood. So some of them go to scavenge for things at dump sites. Some of them go to beg for alms. Some of them serve as cheap labor to business owners here and there. So this is where they have called home.
We call our cities home, but have no roof over their heads. In the night, these streets that never sleep become the reluctant beds. Under the harsh glow of street lights and the biting chill of the windy night, in some cases, they sleep close to the dumpsters. When illness strikes, they are left to fend for themselves. No comforting words, no caring touch. They are forced to rely on their own resilience, a resilience that are both heartbreaking and inspiring at the same time. They have adjusted to a life of resilience, a life where every day is a fight for survival. But in the midst of the struggle, there is a deep-seated longing for care, for compassion, for someone to say, you are not alone.
Sometimes.
Like you mo agina.
Ela tu ye go wala ko to.
Unni ni ga to ko te go. Ga o logo. Te lo logo na ga.
E wana asasi.
O kari akwa ni no sa ga treat gini ga me.
Ele ga sa ka pola ya le.
Unni ni ga ho.
Apola ya le.
O ka pola ya.
He's around all. He's in the street. In the hinga every day. 6 years. In the repair. You don't eat every day. You know you
I've been wondering how they survive. It's like, I think it's really tough. They really get sick at times and they come to us. At times they don't come with complete money. I used to complete for them and some of my colleagues too. Yeah, and again, them feeding, it's really tough. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. At times they feed from the dustbin. Yeah, they feed from the dustbin, which when I see them, I used to chase them away. And I used to like beg the customers at times to buy them food.
Pray that the average street child doesn't get sick. If they get sick, who treats them? All of them die of preventable diseases, like malaria. And it is on record that malaria is one of the most threatening diseases in sub-Saharan Africa because it's just too prevalent. The vector is not taken care of. It's everywhere with us. So we are all surviving because we could have access to drugs that we take to control it. I have my of mosquitoes. Not to talk about the ones that sleep on the street. It's a terrible situation. So when they get sick of some of these preventable illnesses, some of them die of it. Some of them live with them for a very long time, and so on. So in terms of physical well-being, I don't see them, doing that well. As long as I'm concerned, the average street child is in the hands of God.
I'm the boss. You bounce. Oh.
Well, street kids, as you all know, is a significant social menace in urban cities, such as Owerri metropolis in the eastern part of Nigeria. The street kids, as we fondly call it, is a very difficult and challenging situation where you have a lot of kids that live on the streets that basically survive by begging. Some of them going to do menial jobs, while some find themselves doing petty theft, all to survive. And to be a good thing if we fight this menace and be able to pull these kids out of the street.
We are the people corrupting them, because if they beg you, sympathize on them, you give them. What are they doing with the money? They use it for colos, hard drugs. That is what they do.
Over the years, various government agencies, NGOs, community groups, faith-based workers, interventionists have tried to ameliorate the situation, but the staggering reality has festered unabated. But what really is the problem?
If we take it up with support from the state government, what is there in taking these kids off the streets, put them in schools? What is there in creating shelters for them? Worst case scenario is you fund the various motherless babies' homes and attach them to those homes. Because if you go to those homes, you see they equally have some kind of educational programs going on at those motherless babies' homes. So if the state decides to say, okay, we'll have 1,000 of them in Owerri, and we have 10 motherless babies' homes in Owerri, what do we do? What would that be is the state government will now fund those homes to take in 100 of these kids off the streets.
Well, I think one of the best ways to control the menace of street children is a Herculean attack on poverty. There must be a Herculean attack on poverty. Poverty is a major cause of the existence of street children. In Africa, poverty is the major cause of it. So there is no way you can minimize or alleviate street children without handling poverty. It is poverty that pushes children into the streets. When, let's say, an average girl gives birth to a child and there is no money to take care of him or her, what happens? They just try to, maybe 1 or 2 years, they drop them and they're on the street.
In dealing with street children in new states, we do face some challenges. And one of the major challenges that we do face is that there is an inadequate child protection laws in Imo State. And again, we don't have enough and sufficient and well-equipped rehabilitation centers. So at times we do have cases where we need to take children to rehabilitation centers, and we realize that these rehabilitation centers are limited. We have a special unit called the Gender and the Juvenile Welfare Unit of the State Criminal Investigations Department that is made up of specially trained police detectives that handle these cases. Of course, whenever we get these matters, we try as much as possible to correct these children, to treat them with kid gloves, to avoid pushing too hard, making use of punitive measures. No, we have been handling it to the best of our abilities. And in some scenarios, when they have been involved in violent crimes, these children are being arraigned in the juvenile court in Imo State. So we'll be doing our best to manage some of these cases.
The problem with street homelessness is not insurmountable. With compassion, resources, and commitment to social justice, we can make a difference in the lives of these vulnerable children. We must demand that our government provide more attention to this growing menace that is, to my thinking, becoming a ticking time bomb.